Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Strategic Project Finance Essentials, a project manager's guide to financial metrics, presented by Project Management Update and sponsored by Sopheon. I'm Tori, the webinar coordinator of Project Management Update. I'm excited to bring you this first session with the necessary tools to craft compelling business cases, as well as a comprehensive understanding of capital expenditure and its profound impact on financial statements. I'm really looking forward to speaking with Ketan Jahagirdar in what I'm sure will be a valuable discussion. Before we go any further, I want to thank Sopheon for sponsoring this webinar series and helping us to make this happen. Sopheon empowers organizations to change the world while achieving exceptional long-term revenue growth and profitability. By operationalizing the entire innovation lifecycle, Accolade and Acclaim software and expertise enables innovation, product and project professionals to accomplish the full range of innovation ops tasks to drive innovation at scale. Sopheon solutions have been implemented in over 50 countries by hundreds of blue-chip customers, including the three most recent winners of the PDMA's Outstanding Corporate Innovator Award. Sopheon, Accolade, Acclaim, and empowering organizations to change the world are trademarks of Sopheon. So thanks again, Sopheon. Again, today I'm really excited to hear from Ketan Jahagirdar, Sopheon's Director of Product Management. So without further ado, take it away.
Thanks, Tori, and welcome everyone. I'm looking forward to this session. Just quick background on myself here. About 25 years of experience. I founded a project management tool that we sold to Sopheon in 2021. Quite an extensive background in strategy consulting, enterprise architecture, and I was involved in a re-architecture of a large TPA's finance, all their financial systems, essentially. I presented to PMI a couple of times on this topic, and I started my career as a electrical engineer / software engineer for Motorola back in '95. Okay, with that, let's just dive right in. I'll cover the objectives, and then we'll dive into the session. Okay. So the first thing we'll do is understand the key components of a business case, because as we all know, a good business case gets you the approval, and funding is what we need to get all our projects going, right? So I'll talk about the components, and also once we're done with that, I'll walk you through a checklist on how to actually validate it. Because I'm assuming in today, not only do we have project managers, but members of the PMO team. So I want to make sure that we go through a few questions to kind of ask off the business case as part of this webinar as well. Then we'll tackle CapEx versus OpEx and how that classification makes an impact, okay, on the financial statements. Because while it may not matter to us in the project delivery community, getting those financials right are extremely important, because it does have a significant impact on the income statement. And we'll use an example to take us through this entire discussion. We'll start with that. And lastly, we'll end on tracking capital on waterfall and agile projects both, right? It's sort of similar, but you'll see the differences, and hopefully we'll get some appreciation on what happens behind the scenes when things are moved into production or assets are operationalized. And all this will be done in the context of a project lifecycle. Start with project initiation, where we've got financial analysts, IT leads, or engineering leads, business sponsors, the PMO. Everyone's involved in actually getting the project charter, the business cases, making sure that it's done right. And during the execution, that's where we actually deliver and build whatever asset is going to get us the benefits in the business case, right? So you've got the PM, the delivery team, again, the sponsor, the PMO, everyone's involved. Now, once the asset is operationalized on the go-live date, it gets turned over to business and support, right? This is where, if you've got benefits that need to be realized, you turn it over to the business sponsor and his or her team to actually take the assets we have built and deliver those benefits. So keep this life cycle in mind as we go through this webinar. Okay. So for the example, I'm using a very a small company, a very simple income statement as an example, but it should highlight the criticality of all the financial aspects that we're going to go through. So imagine you have a small company that makes organic tomato paste. They have 20 million in sales. Cost of goods sold for a company like this is like the organic tomatoes, the cans, operators, loaders, etc. Anything that's used to actually produce a can, like it's not overhead cost. SG&A expenses, fixed costs like back office employees, IT, marketing, advertising, sales, etc. These are all covered in SG&A, sales, general and administrative expenses. And then finally, depreciation and amortization. This is the part of the income statement where companies depreciate or amortize their assets. And this is where CapEx comes into play. That's why I'm bringing this up. So for this company, the example, you've got net sales of 20 million, cost of goods sold is 13, SG&A is 3, depreciation amortization is 3 million, income taxes taken out, you're left with 850,000 of profit. Okay, this is important as we use this example downstream. So this is the background that we're going to deal with. Okay, so imagine all of us we start our projects with some sort of a charter, some sort of a description of what we're trying to do, right? So in this particular case, let's say we're trying to create a new website that allows customers to actually order online and get an online order and distribution and sales of the space rather than just to retail customers, right? So the factory can print the shipping label, have shipping arranged, automates invoice creation, fulfillment, etc. It's basically automating order through cash. Okay. So the business case is, hey, we're going to eliminate a lot of manual steps. Staff currently answers the phone, takes order, writes it down, enters into order management system. We can save half an FTE, increase sales by 5% annually, etc. All these things should look very familiar to all of you because we've all done these sort of assumptions in our business cases, right?